queues are getting longer at fuel stations and an adjustment in the pumping price from 185 to 500 or 600 naira per litre has continued to elicit reactions from Nigeria. We spoke to a cross-section of people across the country, and here's what they say.
Look at it. 502 naira.
We are suffering today because we have refused to help ourselves. The announcement that was made yesterday was supposed to take effect, if at all, from July 1st. So we are just opportunists who have decided to take over whatever was said. And this is very sad. And that is why this country is what it is today.
It's bad. It's bad. It's people that want the government to be saying government is not good, though. Government is not good. They are the people. Well, they never buy for new price. Though. It's the same old price. They never increase them. The one they buy down, they want to sell higher price.
Mr. President may have announced that subsidy is gone, but not for people who already have products to be selling for us less than 24 hours, 502. That is inhumanity to human.
I feel people take advantage of situation of things and they want to benefit at the expense of others. Because I believe that removal of the fuel subsidy is the best thing to happen to Nigeria.
And all the petrol stations has begun to halt their petrol. If you look at what is going on in here now, we've been queuing for more than 2 hours, yet we have not been able to get fuel.
I subscribe to it. The reason is that those cabals, the people who are highly placed, they use that as a means of siphoning the economy.
So should fuel marketers start selling at new prices when they have subsidized product till the end of June? That's the big question we're asking tonight. Recall that the president has been quite vocal on removing fuel subsidy even before winning the election. At his inaugural speech on May 29, President Bola Tinubu made a bold statement that subsidy is gone, and this may have led to the panic buying and hoarding of the product. Despite the president's meeting with the NNPC Limited Group, MD Emile Kyari yesterday, the agency today announced an increase in pump price. What does this mean to ordinary Nigerians? Let's talk to senior economist with SPM Professionals, Paul Alaje. Thank you for joining us on the program, Mr. Alaje. The market reaction to the president's speech was swift. Does his body language justify the instant hike in price?
Thank you so very much for having me. So what I've seen is that some of the independent marketers, in fact, NNPC, I bought this afternoon at the NNPC in Abuja, and I bought fuel at 537 naira per litre. That is the effect of subsidy removal. So what I would have spent ordinarily to fill my tank has increased by over 100%. So the way Nigerians are reacting to it, number one, is that many people feel that the effect of this should start from 1st of July because we've been told that there is budgetary provision for that. But beyond 1st of July, a lot of people are also worried because when you look at what their income is saying today, they are looking at how to meet up. But you see, like I've said time and again, we have to do something about subsidy. It is something that cannot remain forever. But I've mentioned some things to the government. I've written in the newspaper and I've spoken with your colleague on his 2 o'clock show time and again that to remove subsidy, there are things that must be done. Even though the announcement has been made, but we
Hold on, Mr. Alaje. We're going to get to what must be done, but let's talk about the economic sense behind, increasing the price even before the product is subsidized. Does it make any business sense for marketers to have hold on till 1st of July?
But, well, we are purportedly seeing a publication from NNPC saying that people have been advised to buy at the new rate. I don't know if you have seen the list. So unlike what people are saying in that interview or in that coverage, one may also want to wonder if NNPC, I just mentioned to you that I bought today at NNPC filling station. So it could actually be that the amount budgeted for subsidy have been exhausted already by the end of May. It could be that it has been exhausted. And or it could be that the money is still there and government wants to take it back as savings. So a number of things are possible. It could also be that some independent marketer, including major marketer, are using the opportunity to make money from the people and buy at the new rate, whether they want to import or they want to buy from depot or whatever may be the case.
We are,
So all of those
we
things
are
are
getting
possible
reactions,
scenarios.
Mr. Alaje, already from some state governors, governors of Osun, the governor of Osun, I believe Kwara, and one other state have threatening to shut down filling stations, hoarding fuel, and even retrieve their CFOs. Can this in any way help bring some sanity to the pricing regime?
Honestly, I think it will if the governor threatens, because if we are not buying at the rate we should buy, honestly, it will be that people, they are ripping off Nigerians. So if Osun State governor, Kwara State, and among others, I think we should take it beyond one state or the other. The conversation should be at the Nigeria's Governors Forum, where governors should stand their ground as to the time. So this gives people some time to prepare for the removal eventually.
A lot have been said about the need to take the billions of dollars we spend annually on fuel subsidy into other things. But we can learn from what has happened in the past. Both kerosene and diesel have been deregulated. Some say Nigerians have now adapted. But how did that go? What was its impact on our economy?
Well, the impact on the economy is that anytime there is fluctuation in the markets, let's say exchange rate devaluation, you should expect that you pay more for anything you are importing. This includes kerosene, this includes diesel. I consume diesel almost on a daily basis for my work, and I can tell you that the price of diesel between 2021 to 2022 jumped from 290 to 930 6 months after. It jumped to 930. Why? Because Putin occupied Ukraine. That has nothing to do with the former President Buhari, but because we are importing, and that is why we have advised that let there be local refineries. We have crude oil. If there are refineries within Nigeria, irrespective of what externalities may be, especially negative externalities, it may not have tremendous impact on our economy. So the reaction will be that if there is price slump around the world, of course, it's also going to affect what we are buying locally. It's expected that the price will go down. But there is the challenge. Naira seems to be more susceptible to devaluation than it has appreciated over the years. And then you look at it in the last 20 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years till now, what was Naira to the dollar? If you are importing and we are not producing, that devaluation will have implication on the cost of purchase of diesel, of kerosene, of Jet A1, and more importantly, of PMS.
Absolutely. Very quickly before we let you go, what must the President Bola Tinubu administration do now to cushion the effect of this pricing on the petroleum product?
Well, I think what the last administration should have started doing, which I hope that the incumbent president will start doing, is to direct for the 4 refineries to be given out to private sector and have a date as to when the production will start. I hear 2 of them, government is running PPP. I would want a situation where private sector have major stake and understand that output is a function. For them to make profit, it will depend on output. So if they don't produce, they know they cannot make profit. Unlike the billions we are spending on workers that are not earning income. They are not having any productivity. It is very wrong in the economy. So that said, again, how do we mitigate against food inflation? This week, you are going to see more queues. I give it to you. You will see it this week. You will see it next week. You will see it in the next 21 days. But you see, this is just the first phase. The second phase is food inflation. When you now see what the bag of beans will be, Congo of Gari will be. Why? Because when we tamper with supply of PMS or we tamper with the pricing of PMS, it usually induces what we call spiral inflation.
Indeed.
So the concern here is, what will the price be? And you start seeing labor asking for more salaries. You start seeing even in private sector, people asking for more salary. The employers cannot pay, then you will sack more people because they feel the burden of even making some of their poor cars work is huge already. That is why we are of the opinion that the current government should try and find mass transport, system in states and in areas where they are not. In states where they exist, they should partner with them.
Okay.
For instance, Lagos State, to target rural community so that the price for those mass transit may not increase for now.
I'm afraid
so
that's our time, Mr. Alaje. You've talked about queues, lingering, following up with food inflation and also labor issues. We're hoping that this new administration will interrupt that process and make life better for Nigerians. Paul Alaje is senior economist with SPM Professionals. Thank you for talking to us on the program.
Thank you so very much for having me.